Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vidam Sya Om Ajnana Timaranda Sha Gyana Jana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Guruganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Samastam Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premno Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Shri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Manditam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Vanshakopatarubyas Chakripha Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Nama. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. This is the Madhya-lila chapter 4, Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service, text 170. Shri Mukhe Madhava Purir Amrita Charita Bhaktagane Shunaya Prabhu Kore Ashwarita. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally praised the nectarian characteristics of Madhavendra Puri, and while he related all this to the devotees, he personally relished it. Prabhu Kohe Nityananda Koraha Bichar Puri Sama Bhagyavan Jagate Nahiyar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda Prabhu to judge whether there was anyone within the world as fortunate as Madhavendra Puri. Dugdadana Chale Krishna Jare Dekadila Tinabare Swapniashe Jare Agya Koila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Madhavendra Puri was so fortunate that Krishna personally appeared before him on the plea of delivering milk. 3 times the Lord gave orders to Madhavendra Puri in dreams. First, he related to Mahaprabhu that he was in a bush and where Mahaprabhu could find him. Then he told Mahaprabhu after the bathing ceremony, the Abhishek, and also the Anakut ceremony of offering food to the Lord, he told him after 2 years that his body temperature was still hot, and that Madhavendra Puri should get some Malayan sandalwood from Jagannath Puri. And then the third time the Lord appeared to him, and in a dream, is when Madhavendra Puri was bringing the sandalwood back and passing through Remuna, where the deity of Chir Chora Gopinath is. And again, Gopal appeared in a dream and told him that it wasn't necessary to bring the sandalwood all the way back to Vrindavan, that if they had a festival and smeared the sandalwood and camphor on the body of Gopinath, that would be the same thing as smearing on the body of Gopal, and that would satisfy him. So 3 times the Lord appeared to Madhavendra Puri in dreams. And the Lord and Gopinath appeared in a dream to the pujari at Remuna to help facilitate, to give the kheer to Madhavendra Puri so that Madhavendra Puri could taste it to offer it to Gopal. So again, that time the deity of Gopinath didn't appear to Madhavendra Puri, but appeared to the pujari, instructing him to serve Madhavendra Puri. So Mahaprabhu said, Madhavendra Puri was so fortunate that Krishna personally appeared before him on the plea of delivering milk. 3 times the Lord gave orders to Madhavendra Puri in dreams. Jara premi basha hoya prakata hoila seva angikara kore jagatak tarila. Being obliged because of the loving affairs of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Krishna himself appeared as the Gopal deity, and accepting his service, he liberated the whole world. Jara lage gopinath kir koila churi, atevanam hoila kir chora kori. On account of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Gopinath stole the pot of sweet rice. Thus he became famous as Chira Chora, the thief. Well, on account of Madhavendra Puri, Lord Gopinath stole the pot of kheer. As I said, kheer is not sweet rice. It's cooked down milk, cooked down flavored milk. It's a liquid. Thus he became famous as Kheer Chora, the thief who stole the kheer. Karpura Chandana Jara Ange Chadaila Anande Purir Gosaira Prema Uta-lila. Madhavendra Puri smeared the sandalwood pulp over the body of Gopinath, and in this way he was overpowered with love of Godhead. Molecha Deshe Karpura Chandana Anite Janjao Puriduka Pabe Iha Janiya Gopal. In the provinces of India governed by the Muslims, there was much inconvenience in traveling with sandalwood and camphor. Because of this, Madhavendra Puri might have gotten into trouble. This became known to the Gopal deity.
Why would they be pestered in that time for carrying sandalwood?
Pardon me?
Why were they pestered by the Muslim government for carrying
Because
sandalwood?
carrying sandalwood would be in continuance or in assistance to the deity worship. The Muslims weren't favorable to the religious practices of the Hindus. In the provinces, and also sandalwood was valuable. In the provinces of India governed by the Muslims, there was much inconvenience in traveling with sandalwood and camphor. Because of this, Madhavendra Puri might have gotten into trouble. This became known to the Gopal deity. Well, here it says Madhavendra Puri might have experienced some dukkha, some unhappiness because of the persecution of the Muslim. This, Gopal was knowing this. Mahadoya Moya Prabhu Bhakata Batsa Chandana Paribhakta Shrama Korila Saval. The Lord is very merciful and attached to his devotees. So when Gopinath was covered with sandalwood pulp, Madhavendra Puri's labor became successful. Purir Prema Parakashta Korahabishar Alokika Prema Chite Lage Chamatkar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu placed the standard of Madhavendra Puri's intense love before Nityananda Prabhu for judgment. All his loving activities are uncommon, Mahaprabhu said. Indeed, one is struck with wonder to hear of his activities. Paramavirakta Moni Sarvatra Udasina Gramya Varta Bhai Dutiya Sangahina. Mahaprabhu continued, Sri Madhavendra Puri used to remain alone. He was completely renounced and always very silent. He was uninterested in everything material, and for fear of talking about mundane things, he always lived without a companion. Hinajana Gopalera Agyamrita Paya Sahasra Krosha Ase Bule Chandana Maginya. After receiving the orders of Gopal, this great personality traveled thousands of miles just to collect sandalwood by begging. Boke rohe tabu ana maginya nakai hena jana chandana bara bahiloya jai. So thousands of miles he traveled, and that's on foot, not by any kind of conveyance. He's just walking thousands of miles. Although Madhavendra Puri was hungry, he would not beg food to eat. This renounced person carried a load of sandalwood for the sake of Sri Gopal. Maneka Chandan Tola Visheka Karpur Gopale Parib Paraiba Eyananda Prachur. Without considering his personal comforts, Madhavendra Puri carried one mound, about 82 pounds of sandalwood, and 20 tolas, about 8 ounces of camphor, to smear over the body of Gopal. This transcendental pleasure was sufficient for him. Now he had some persons given to him by the government to carry these things, but was carrying 82 pounds of sandalwood, quite a bit. Utkalera Danir Rake Chandana Dekinya Dahan Edaila Raja Patra Dekaya. Since there were restrictions against taking the sandalwood out of the Orissa province, the toll official confiscated the stock, but Madhavendra Puri showed him the release papers given by the government and consequently escaped difficulties. Molecha Desh Dura Pata Jagati Apar Kemate Chanda Niba Nahi Evichar. Madhavendra Puri was not at all anxious during the long journey to Vrindavan through the provinces governed by the Muslims and filled with unlimited numbers of watchmen. Sange ek batanahi gati danadite tatapi utsaha bora chandana loya jaite. Although Madhavendra Puri did not have a farthing with him, no money, he was not afraid to pass by the toll officers. His only enjoyment was in carrying the load of sandalwood to Vrindavan for Gopal. Pragara primera e swabhava char nijadug vignadira nakore bichar. This is the natural result of intense love of Godhead. The devotee does not consider personal inconveniences or impediments. In all circumstances, he wants to serve the Lord. It is natural for those who have developed intense love for Krishna not to care for personal inconvenience and impediments. Such devotees are simply determined to execute the order of the Lord or his representative, the spiritual master. In all circumstances, even amidst the greatest dangers, they undeviatingly carry on with the greatest determination. This definitely proves the intense love of the servitor, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tate nukampam susamikshamano. Those who seriously desire to get free from the clutches of material existence, who have developed intense love for Krishna, are worthy candidates for going back home, back to Godhead. An intense lover of Krishna does not care for any number of material discomforts, scarcity, impediments, or unhappiness. It is said that when one sees apparent unhappiness or distress in a perfect Vaishnava, it is not at all unhappiness for him, rather it is transcendental bliss. In this Ikshastika, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also instructed us, Lishava Pararatam Pinashtumam. The intense lover of Krishna has never deviated from his service, despite all difficulties and impediments brought before him. Etaragara prema loke dekaite Gopalatariyagya dila chandana anite. Sri Gopal wanted to show how intensely Madhavendra Puri loved Krishna. Therefore he asked him to go to Nilachala to fetch sandalwood and camphor. Bahu parishrame chandan rimuna anila ananda borilamane dukana ganila. With great trouble and after much labor, Madhavendra Puri brought the load of sandalwood to Rimuna. However, he was still very pleased. He discounted all the difficulties. Parika korite gopal koila agyadan parika korila seishe hoila doyaban. To test the intense love of Madhavendra Puri, Gopal, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, ordered him to bring sandalwood from Nilachala. And when Madhavendra Puri passed this examination, the Lord became very merciful to him. A Bhakti Bhakta Priya Krishna Vyavahar Bujiteo Amasabar Nahi Adhikar. Such behavior exhibited in loving service between the devotee and the devotee's lovable Such behavior exhibited in loving service between the devotee and the devotee's lovable object, Sri Krishna, is transcendental. It is not possible for a common man to understand. Common men do not even have the capacity. Ita Bolipade Prabhu Tarak Krita Shlok Jai Shloka Chandre Jagat Koriyache Alok. After saying this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu read the famous verse of Madhavendra Puri. That verse is just like the moon. It has spread illumination all over the world. Gashite Gashite Jaiche Malaya Jasar Gandhabori Taiche E Shlokera Vichar. Continuous rubbing increases the aroma of Malaya sandalwood. Similarly, consideration of this verse increases one's understanding of its importance. So here's this is leading up to Mahaprabhu reciting the famous verse of Madhavendra Puri, which he uttered at the end of his life. And it is said that why this verse is being presented and is being compared to the sandalwood, which is prepared by rubbing and rubbing it. So the sandalwood becomes more sweet smelling by being continuously rubbed. It's rubbed over the stone and the sandalwood pulp is made. So this verse also, it says, Gashite Gashite Jaiche Malaya Jasar Ganda Bori Taiche Shlokara Vichar. This famous verse of Madhavendra Puri, continuous rubbing increases the aroma of Malaya sandalwood. Similarly, consideration of this verse increases one's understanding of its importance. And Madhavendra Puri was repeating this verse over and over again at the end of his life, in the same way that sandalwood increases in fragrance by continuous rubbing. So there's a nice analogy, a nice comparison. Everything is leading up to the understanding of this famous verse. Ratnagana Madhye Jaiche Kostuba Mani Rasakavye Madhye Taiche E Shloka Gani. As the Kostuba Mani is considered the most precious of valuable jewels, this verse is similarly considered the best of poems dealing with the mellows of devotional service. Rasa Kavya. Poetry dealing with the rasas of devotional service. Kavya is poetry. So this is very supreme verse dealing with rasa, with one's divine relationship with the Lord. Shloka kahi jache jachen radha takurani tara kripai svuri jachem Madhavendra Bani. Actually, this verse was spoken by Srimati Radharani herself, and by her mercy only was it manifest in the words of Madhavendra Puri. Kiva Gora Chandra Iha Kore Ashwadan Iha Ashwadite Ar Nahe Kotajan. Only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has tasted the poetry of this verse. No fourth man is capable of understanding. This indicates that only Srimati Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are capable of understanding the purport of this verse, or of tasting it. Okay? Seshakaliye Shlok Patite Batite Siddhi Prapte Hoila Purer Shlokara Sahite. Madhavendra Puri recited this verse again and again at the end of his material existence. Thus, uttering this verse, he attained the ultimate goal of life. And here is that verse. Aidina Dayadranata He Maturanata Karavalokyase Hridayam Tvad Aloka Kataram Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomyaham. Aidina Dayadranata He Maturanata Karavalokyase Hridayam Tvadaloka Kataram Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomyaham. O my Lord, O most merciful Master, O Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O the most beloved one, what shall I do now? This is stated by Srimati Radharani when Krishna left for Mathura. O my Lord, a most merciful master, a master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O most beloved one, what shall I do now? The uncontaminated devotees who strictly depend on the Vedanta philosophy are divided into 4 sampradayas, or transcendental parties. Out of the 4 sampradayas, the Sri Madhavendra Sampradaya was accepted by Madhavendra Puri. Thus he took sannyas according to parampara, the disciplic succession, beginning from Madhvacharya down to the spiritual master of Madhavendra Puri, the Acharya named Lakshmipati. There was no realization of devotional service and conjugal love. Sri Madhavendra Puri introduced the conception of conjugal love for the first time in the Madhvacharya Sampradaya, and this conclusion of the Madhvacharya Sampradaya was revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he toured South India and met the Tattvavadis, who supposedly belonged to the Madhvacharya Sampradaya. So Madhavendra Puri is really the first person who expresses Mahaprabhu's conception, and he's called the Ankur, the first sprout of Mahaprabhu's tree. When Sri Krishna left Vrindavan and accepted the kingdom of Mathura, Srimati Radharani, out of ecstatic feelings of separation, expressed how Krishna can be loved in separation. Thus, devotional service in separation is central to this verse. Worship in separation is considered by the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya to be the topmost level of devotional service. According to this conception, the devotee thinks of himself as very poor and neglected by the Lord. Thus he addresses the Lord as Dina Dayadranata, as did Madhavendra Puri. Such an ecstatic feeling is the highest form of devotional service. Because Krishna had gone to Mathura, Srimati Radharani was very much affected, and she expressed herself thus: My dear Lord, because of your separation, my mind has become overly agitated. Now tell me, what can I do? I am very poor, and you are very merciful. So kindly have compassion upon me, and let me know when I shall see you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always expressing the ecstatic emotions of Srimati Radharani that she exhibited when she saw Uddhava at Vrindavan. Similar feelings experienced by Madhavendra Puri are expressed in this verse. Therefore, Vaishnavas in the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya say that the ecstatic feelings experienced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his appearance came from Sri Madhavendra Puri through Ishwara Puri. All the devotees in the line of the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya accept these principles of devotional service. Eshloka padite Prabhu hoila murchite primite vibhasha hoya parilabhumite. When Mahaprabhu recited this verse, he immediately fell to the ground unconscious. He was overwhelmed and had no control over himself. Ashte bhyaste kole kori nila nityananda krandana kori yatave ute gorachandra. When Mahaprabhu fell to the ground in ecstatic love, Lord Nityananda quickly raised him in his arms, crying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then got up again. Premon mara hoila uti iti uti dai hunkara koraye hashe kandena chegai. Exhibiting ecstatic emotions, the Lord began to run here and there, making resounding noises. Sometimes he laughed, and sometimes he cried, and sometimes he danced and sang. Ayedina, Ayedina, bole bar bar, kantena, nisare, bani, netre, ashudar. Mahaprabhu could not recite the whole verse. He simply said, Ayedina, Ayedina, repeatedly. Thus he could not speak, and profuse tears were in his eyes. So this Kampashveda Pulakashru Stamba Vaivarnya Nirveda Vishada Jadya Garva Harsha Donya, trembling, perspiration, jubilant tears, shock, fading of the bodily luster, disappointment, moroseness, loss of memory, pride, joy, and humility were all visible in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Judya is explained as loss of memory brought about by severe shock due to separation from the beloved. In that state of mind, one loses all concern for loss and gain, hearing and seeing, as well as all other consideration. This marks the preliminary appearance of illusion. Ishloka udgarila premara kapata gopinata sevak deke prabhu premanata. This verse uncovered the door of ecstatic love, and when it was exhibited, all the servants of Gopinath saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dance in ecstasy. Lokara Sangata Deki Prabhur Baya Hoila Takorer Boga Sari Ur Arati Bajila. When many people crowded around Mahaprabhu, he regained his external senses. In the meantime, the offering to the deity had been fulfilled, and there was a resounding arti performance. When many people crowded around Mahaprabhu, he regained his external senses. In the meantime, the offering to the deity had been finished, and there was a resounding arti performance. Takurere Shayana Karanya Pujari Hoila Bahir Prabhura Agayani Dila Prashada Barakir. When the deities were laid down to rest, the priest came out of the temple and offered all 12 pots of kheer to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kiradeke Mahaprabhur Ananda Barila Bhaktagane Kau Jaite Pancha Kira Loila. When all the pots of kheer, remnants left by Gopinath, were placed before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became very pleased. In order to feed the devotees, he accepted 5 of them. Shatakir, Pujarike, Bahudi Adila, Panchakira, Panchajani, Bantiya, Koila. The 7 remaining pots were pushed forward and delivered to the priest. Then the 5 pots of kheer the Lord had accepted were distributed among the 5 devotees, and they ate the prasadam. Gopinath Rupe Jadi Korijachin Bojan Bhakti Dekaite Koila Prasada Bakan. Being identical with the Gopinath deity, Mahaprabhu had already tasted and eaten the pots of kheer. Yet just to manifest devotional service, he again ate the pots of kheer as a devotee. Oh, Mahaprabhu's with 4 persons who are traveling with him. That's Nityananda Prabhu, Damodar Pandit, Jagannananda Pandit, and the 4th person is, Nityananda, Jagannananda, and Mukunda. Mukunda's the 4th person. Mukunda, Nityananda Prabhu, Damodar Pandit, and Jagannananda Pandit, and Mahaprabhu, 5. Being identical with the Gopinath deity, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already tasted and eaten the pots of kheer. Yet just to manifest devotional service, he again ate the remnants of kheer as a devotee. Nama Sankirtane Se Ratre Gonaila Mangalarati Deki Prabhate Chalila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed that night at the temple engaged in congregational chanting in Nam Sankirtan. In the morning, after seeing the Mangalarti performance, he departed. Gopala Gopinatha Puri Gosairagun Bhakta Sanghe Sri Mukhe Prabhu Koila Ashradan. In this way, Mahaprabhu personally tasted with his own mouth the divine qualities of Gopalji, Gopinath, and Sri Madhavendra Puri. Eta Akyane Kohila Dohara Mahima Prabhura Bhakta Vatsalya Arabhakta Premasima. Thus I have described both the transcendental glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's affection for his devotees and the highest limit of ecstatic love of God. So the glories of Krishnadas Kaviraj express the divine glories of Mahaprabhu's affection for his devotees and the highest limit of ecstatic love of God. Shraddha Jukta Hoya Iha Shuni Jai Jan Sri Krishna Charane Se Bhai Premadan. One who hears this narration with faith and devotion attains the treasure of love of Godhead at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Sri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jara-as Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, 4th chapter, describing Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. So now we'll sing Hari Haraya, and tomorrow we'll continue. Chapter 5 will be the activities of Sakshi Gopal. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Janabaya Nama. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Janabaya Nama. Janabaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama. Janabaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinatha Maranama. Giridhari Gopinath Maranama. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Garanara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Garanara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath. Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath. Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Ekai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. Ekai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. Jawate Vignana Shabishta Puran. Jawate Vignana Shabishta Puran. Ekai Gosai Jamui Charana. Ekai Gosai Jamui Charana. Tasavar Padarenu Mora Panchagra. Tasavar Padarenu Mora Panchagra. Kadir Charana Sevi Bhakta Saniva. Kadir Charana Sevi Bhakta Saniva. Janame Janame More Abhilan. Janame Janame More Abhilan. Jai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Koilaban. Jai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Koilaban. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakam. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakam. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjayaman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjayaman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuna. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhara Jugi Jai Jai Om Vishnuvad Parakacharya Tara Sadashi Shiman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnuvad Paramahansa Paravajaka Tara Sadashi Shiman Srila Bhakti Rakshira Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Rupa Nuka Guru Bharga Ki Jai Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhata Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Baladas Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Premsiko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai Nartam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai Vishvabaranya Srila Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvabaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrindi Ki Jai Shri Navadev Dham Ki Jai Shri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Shri Kuladvip Ki Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai Ganga Devi Ki Jai Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai all the assembled devotees Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo
Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.